Japan is a country that loves ceremony. From elaborate bows to ancient temple rituals, every aspect of life, indeed every aspect of the human soul, is celebrated and ritualized and brought to life in colorful ways. One of the most famous of these is the ancient tea ceremony, a celebration of beauty, simplicity, sharing, and in particular, that forgotten virtue of humility. Intimately connected with the philosophy of Zen Buddhism, the tea ceremony seems to have been brought over from China in the 14th century, but it was in Kyoto, at the court of the shogun, that the ritual was really developed into something profound and sacred. It is like going to church, except it takes a lot longer. Beginning with the elaborate system of invitation, the rituals are very complex and can vary from place to place. But certain elements are always present. Upon arriving at the tiny tea house, often a pavilion in a stone garden, guests first make use of a stone basin to wash, purifying themselves to partake in the ceremony in much the same way as we do at the beginning of Mass. All must show great humility and respect. To ritualize this, the door to the tea house is always very low, so that all who enter must bow, humbling themselves to be able to come in and participate. They realize the great truth that they must make themselves very small in order to become part of something truly great. Inside, nothing superfluous is allowed. One sees a simple arrangement of flowers, exquisite in their beauty and never to be repeated, but like all things and all experiences of this world, lasting only a single precious moment. A beautifully crafted scroll of artwork or poetry raises the soul to the things of above, but can only be viewed by once again bowing down, humbling oneself. In the presence of the guests, the host cleans each of the exquisite utensils to be used and arranges them in a precise formation. Then the host carefully and lovingly prepares the tea in front of the guests. The host and the first guest bow to each other, and the guest is presented with a bowl of tea. Then the first guest humbly bows to the next guest and says, "Please forgive me for going before you." The guest takes a sip and quietly whispers a reverent prayer, bowing and passing the bowl to the second guest. That guest drinks and bows and passes it on until everyone has shared a drink from the same bowl. In the following hours, tea and food are served, each course having a separate ritual, a separate tradition, a separate meaning. Each gesture, each movement, each whisper is performed perfectly, with perfect simplicity and simple beauty, instilling in the celebrants an incredible sense of real humility and reverence for others. It is a sublime experience, one that few in the noisy West would ever take the time to experience or appreciate. Even if one were to participate in 100 tea ceremonies, each would be unique, for each is shared with a different group of people on a different day, in a different season, with different feelings, different emotions, a different stage in life. In the same way, no two moments in life are ever the same, and each is to be appreciated and treasured for the unique gift it is. much like with the sacred pipe ceremony of Native Americans, much like with our own celebration of the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass. The Japanese tradition of the tea ceremony seeks to be a sacred moment in which the whole of the universe is ritualized, celebrated, and made real, and eternity is experienced in the here and now. To live the moment in perfect humility, with a pure heart free of selfishness and open to something greater, something higher, something divine. That is the essence of the ritual. Is that not also the essence of the Christian life? In its own beautiful way, the Japanese tradition of the very low doorway, passable only by bowing down, gives the same wisdom taught clearly by the Christ. Everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. No matter the size of our door, let us not be ashamed to bow down before the great mystery above us and around us and in everyone we encounter. Let us dare to enter, take the lowest place to receive the cup, make ourselves small, and so become one with the truly great.